I'm recording. Hi, everybody. Thanks for going on to the team call tonight. A few things before we get started. We all know that the health bet started. I know most of us are in one group together. If you're not in the group, I hope you have your own group going on. Also, I posted today in our team page a list of all the challenge packs that are on sale this month. So we have 15 challenge packs, different options. Really start using those to your advantage to help you hit Success Club this month. Congratulations to Chris. She hit Success Club last month for the first time. Yay! But she's now also, that means she is labeled on the team ladder because she did do it as a business starter. So congratulations, Chris. I'm so happy for you. Now you gotta do the same thing as you did last month and repeat. And like I said, everybody, you all have the same tools as everybody else does. Just, get creative, push. Like I said, you have 15 choices to pick from. I'm sure you can find somebody that wants to do one of those 15 programs. I've been pushing a lot of the Beachbody On Demand, which has been helping. People are interested in the fact of not having to actually buy DVDs, that they can sign up, try it for 30 days, and then see if they want to continue, especially with that yoga retreat that's on there now, really available on Beachbody On Demand. Besides that, I am going to introduce our speaker for tonight. This is my friend, Charlie Taylor. I kind of met him via online through Mindy Hort and a couple of the other coaches in Texas that are on DN. He had posted something or said something on one of my Instagram pictures one time, and I instantly wrote him and say, "Hey, buddy, are you going to be at Summit?" And he says, "You know it." And I told him, "Well, we'll have to, hook up, hang out. We're part of this DN, so that's pretty much the party crew." So we ended up getting a drink with a bunch of other DN coaches. He had to go because he had tickets to go see Billy Idol, which was pretty cool. But we became friends throughout the Summit weekend, talking back and forth. I was on his call a couple of weeks ago. So I asked him to be on ours as payback. Mm-hmm. So this is Charlie Taylor. He's the founder of Fiend Fire. He is in Dallas, Texas. He's a diamond coach. I met some of his team who were really cool and really awesome. I hope you guys got to see the playback of the video from his team call. And he's going to tell us a little bit about himself, his story, and some tips that he has. So take it away, Charlie.
I appreciate you guys having me. I'm super excited. I think it was the whole Star Wars Stormtrooper thing that got us talking.
Yeah, probably.
Like a major Star Wars freak. Okay, as she mentioned, I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm a diamond coach. I have 2 troublemaking kids to keep me busy. And I guess I'll just start with my story and try not to bore you entirely. It really starts when I'm 8 years old. That's how far I'm going back. When I was in school, I was one of the fastest kids, and I live in Texas. Football's a big deal. Every recess we'd play football, and I was one of those kids that, got picked first. You kind of hate those kids growing up, but I was one of them because I was so fast. And I loved to play football. I love sports, and had a lot of fun with it. And then one night we had an open house at my school, meet the teacher night. And as we were walking out, my parents stopped to talk to some other parents. I look over to my right and I see the playground. And it's 8 o'clock at night. It's dark. I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. I've never been on the playground when it's dark before. So I said, hey, I'm going over here to play on the playground. They said, okay. So I don't know why I remember this, but I just remember hauling ass through the playground, jumping over swing sets, running up the slide, and I could feel the wind on my face because I was going so fast. I was like Superman. I don't know why I remember that. But it seems like the very next week, I had my first asthma attack. Where it came from, I have no idea because it had never bothered me before, but it hit me with a vengeance. And from that day on, I couldn't really run anymore. I couldn't play football. I mean, I could play with my friends because you don't have to run all the time. But as far as physical activity, if I had an asthma attack, it knocked me out for like 2 or 3 days because it just wore me out. My lungs will close up, and it took so much effort to try to breathe that it just knocked me out. So I kind of dealt with that all through my childhood up until my teenage years. I did manage to play. I moved to a little town called Argyle, Texas. It's so small. It's like seventh grade. And I did try out for the football team. Of course, I made it because it was so small. They took everybody. And I remember I'm a gamer. I could play the game. You don't have to run the entire time, right? But it was practice that kicked my ass. We had to run around the track, full pads, helmet. And I remember walking off the track and taking my helmet off and trying to catch my breath. And the coach runs up to me in front of the entire team and just demolished me. What are you doing? I was like, I have asthma, coach. What the hell are you doing playing football if you have asthma? I was like, that stuck with me. My entire life it stuck with me. But I suffered with it, and mainly it was a mindset thing because by the time I was 21, 22, I'd grown out of it. I hadn't had an asthma attack since I was 22. And they were few and far between after about the age of 15. So, but it's just something that stuck in my mind my entire life. And then as I got older, I got married, had 2 kids, got a job, worked in the HVAC business, commercial construction. We do churches, schools, hospitals, those kinds of things. And so I always stayed pretty well stayed thin because I was lifting heavy things. I was climbing around ceilings, up ladders. So I stayed in pretty good shape. But I got to learn that if I learned everything about that business, I could make more money. So I did, and eventually got promoted to being behind the desk, eventually, a clipboard, telling people what to do. So 15 years of that, combined with a steady diet at McDonald's, I gained 45 pounds. So about the age of, I was 39, I was pretty miserable. My back had been hurt from lifting something heavy at work, and the extra weight just didn't help that. I felt lethargic. I had indigestion all the time. I had no energy, couldn't keep up with my kids. And then I found, I was sitting at home one night and I seen an infomercial for P90X. I thought, that's stupid. Something on TV, it's a DVD, that probably doesn't work. And I just kind of blew it off. But over the next couple of weeks, I kept thinking about it. It was just, it planted the seed in my mind. So I said, what the hell, I'm gonna try it. And I didn't order it for Beachbody. I got it from some online used DVD site because I was embarrassed. I didn't want everyone to know. It was cheaper that way. I figured I was gonna fail anyway. But I did it, and I lost 20 pounds the first round. I was like, holy shit. I sucked. I was really, really bad. Matter of fact, I've got this room up here on the second floor. It's like a unfinished room. I was hanging a pull-up bar the day before I was going to start. And I was up on a ladder and I was in an awkward position trying to nail this board, and I tore up my shoulder. So the very first day I couldn't even do a push-up. I had to do them on my knees. I started defeated. I was like, there's no way I could do this. But I did. I lost 20 pounds, and then I did a second round. I lost another 20 pounds. And I just kept going, and decided to become a coach. Nobody recruited me. No coach asked me to sign up. I just thought this was something, because I loved it so much. It totally changed my life. This is something that I wanted to do. So my very first Beachbody event was a live workout with Shanti. It's like the weekend after I signed up. And the coach that I signed up under no longer works the business. I met her one time. She was in a P90X infomercial, and she's still a coach, but she hasn't worked it since 2011. So I was pretty much on my own. But she told me, you need to go to this thing. I was like, okay, I'm in pretty good shape. I'm going to go and show these people how to do this. And Shanti kicked my ass. Got in my face. I remember doing push-ups. And once I showed up, I seen all these ripped people. I was like, oh, God, what have I got myself into? I can't. I'm in the wrong place. But I'm doing push-ups, and he's running around talking to people as he's instructing. He gets right in my face and starts screaming at me. And I was hooked. I was like, this is exactly what I need to do. So there was no looking back. I knew from that day that I was doing it for accountability. But from day one, I wanted to replace my full-time income from being a coach. The problem was the promotion I talk about at work, I was making really, really good money. And once I found out this thing isn't as easy as I thought it was, I thought, well, I'll just build it slowly over time. No worry, no rush. I make good money. I worked for this company for 18 years, and then I got laid off. I grew up working for this company. They were my friends and my family. I never thought I'd get laid off, but they did. We let me go. And that's when I got really serious, because there's no such thing as loyalty anymore. I mean, I appreciate what they did for me. Took care of my family for 18 years. Had a pretty good life, you know. But I'm not going through that again. There's no way. Luckily, I know enough people in the business that I got another job within a week, better job. I sit in the office, I'm an estimator, so I had plenty of time to get on my phone and message people all day long about Beachbody. That works out. But that pretty much brings us up to date to where I am. That's pretty much my story. So I'll try to go in, try to provide a little bit of value. I'm sure everything I'm going to tell you've already heard from Morgan. Possibly hearing it from someone else may flip a switch. I know when I talk to my team about the 3 vital behaviors constantly, every week, they just kind of, fall asleep on me. Morgan shows up and she says the exact same thing I said, and they're all, "Oh, that makes sense. Oh, I've heard them. They're writing, taking notes," and I was like, "Jesus, man, I told you the same thing." It's true.
Different perspective, different coach.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I guess everybody's the same way. You just get tired of hearing me talk. What I try to do every single day is help people get what they want, basically, in a nutshell. Because I know that in order to get what I want, I have to help people get what they want. If you want something in life, you got to be willing to give it away for free first. So that's what I do every single day. I believe that's the best way to become successful. You have to start with yourself, of course. You have to work out every day. You have to drink a shake every day. You have to read personal development every day. You just have to show up and show passion every single day for this business. Yet people need to see you living the life. You have to share the opportunity every single day. Don't be afraid to offer this to someone else, because you're just keeping someone else's future trapped in your mouth. So I talk about my fears, the things that I was worried about before I became a coach, because I think a lot of people think about that. And you just have to be unapologetically you every single day. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks about this, because we're healthcare and job creation. There's not a soul on this planet that can't benefit from something that we have to offer. There's not a problem in this world that we can't help in some form or fashion. You just have to find, what works for you. You have to work your ass off. It's like starting this business, like taking off in an airplane. You're in a 747 on a runway, and you got to throttle up to like 100% to get that plane off the ground. If you do it half-assed, if you only throttle up to 50%, you're going to end up in the trees at the end of the runway. But once you get in the air, you can throttle back to about 60, 70% and just coast. It's a lot easier. You don't have to work near as hard. But you have to find what works for you. You have to try new things. If something's not working, try something else. But you fix the plane while you're flying. You don't land that bastard first and try to fix it. It's like, running up an escalator when you were a kid. Who is running up an escalator the wrong way when they were a kid? Everybody's done that. And it's hard. It takes a lot of effort, massive action to get to the top. But if you stop halfway up, what happens? You're all the way down the bottom, and you got to start again. And it's twice as hard to get back to where you were. It's easier just to keep going than it is to stop. This business is the exact same way. Since my coach pretty much quit, I had to rely on other coaches, and I wouldn't have changed a thing. I'm kind of glad it happened the way that it did, because I've gotten to know most of the people in the Millionaires Club, all the top coaches. They're just normal people like you and me. I message them, and they share stuff with me, and I've pretty much got to learn from the best. I really have. I'm pretty fortunate that way. And a lot of them would tell me, hey, go to Google, go to YouTube. Anything that you want to know, someone has made a video about it. And it's true. It's like goals, personal development. But you can't sit at home and watch 5 videos a day and think you've done your job as a coach. If you're not implementing what you've learned, you're not going anywhere. So you have to put that shit to use. Who follows Gary Vaynerchuk? Gary V. Morgan's the only one. Y'all don't know who Gary V is?
Teresa should know who he is. She saw him at Summit.
He was awesome at Summit. He was better in Dallas at the men's thing because he could cuss.
Yeah.
He was super funny, super awesome. Anyway, he in a video I was watching one time, he talked about how he was born to be punched in the face. That being an entrepreneur is like getting punched in the face. I'm the same way. I was born to get punched in the face. I love getting beat down because that just motivates me to get back up and to work twice as hard. I don't know. I guess I like a punching bag. I don't know why I like that, but it fuels my fire. If someone tells me I can't do something, that just pushes me even harder. So when I fail, I'm back up just like that. I've got this ridiculous, sickening work ethic that kind of drives everybody else nuts, especially my wife and my kids. But I just, I believe it's up to me to set the tone for my team. I'm up front, right? The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack, so to speak. So I consistently ask myself every single day, if my team did what I did today, would they be successful? And if that answer is no, then I go back to work because it's my job to help them to duplicate so that we are all successful and that we all build this team together. Success Club. I know Morgan is super badass. Success Club.
Sometimes.
22 months? 23? 24? What is it?
It's 19 now.
Do what?
No, sorry. No, yeah, it was. What month are we in?
Anyway, it's a lot.
It's a lot. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 months. 20 months.
Wow. That's something I've not yet conquered. If they had like a Success Club 4 All-Star, I'd be at the top of that fucking list because it seems like I can get 3 or 4 no problem. It's that last one that always seems to get me. But I teach my team a little differently than most. Most of the time you're gonna hear Success Club build your business. You got to make Success Club, and you do. It's true. It's very important. But I teach my team that until you can do it consistently, don't focus on the results. Focus on the actions. Because I've seen too many of them come in here and, no, I can't make Success Club. If I'd have thought that way, I'd have quit a long time ago. So I tell them, just focus on the actions to reach Success Club. Don't worry if you don't make it. Don't worry about that shit. Just let it go and keep going.
It's not easy to do, and I'm gonna be the first one to admit it's not easy to do. I mean, Chris hit it on our last day of the month last month. I did too last month, and the month before, the last day I hit Success Club 6. It's not easy, but if you keep on repeating and trying to get there, you'll get there.
I've gotten Success Club 8 is the most I've ever got. And I pretty happy about it. I'm not into the elite points and recognition. I don't care about any of that. What I want to do is replace my full-time job. I want time freedom more than anything else. Anything. Mindy was all about being elite, for a couple of years, and then she decided that screw it. It's not worth all the trouble. I care about helping my coaches be successful and creating, a great team environment where everyone gets to leave their job or do whatever. If they want to keep their job, fine, but just be happy and do what you want to do. My oldest son is 18. He's out of school now, so I won't be able to take him to school. My daughter's only 12. So with any luck, I'll be able to quit my job before she gets out of school. I can take her to school and pick her up. That's one of my goals. But anyway, we're Success Club, yeah. I've helped, God, I don't know, so many people since 2011, and I haven't always, got a Success Club point from them. But so many of those have come back and end up being coaches. That's what's important. Because if you're not adding people to your network, to your team, you're not going anywhere. You can't do it by yourself. That's why I call it Team Beachbody. You have to build a team. Success Club points, I'll take a coach any day or a Success Club point. Dave Ward, y'all know Dave Ward? Raise your hand if you know Dave Ward. He taught us something at the training camp live, or maybe it was a live video. I can't remember. He said so many things. The one thing that stuck with me is that you need to find 5 coaches, 3 to 5. If you can find 5 that do exactly what you do and are willing to work as hard as you're willing to work, you can build a $100,000 business. That's all you need is 5. You may have to go through 50 or 100, depending on the quality of people you're talking to. But if you find 5, and they find their 5, and they're finding 5, their 5, and they all duplicate and keep doing the same thing, you're golden. I've got 3 right now, working on, well, 2, maybe 3. I might have 5. We're going to find out. But I for sure have 2. Those Canadians, boy, I tell you what. They talk funny, but they get shit done. Let me see, what else? Oh, something else that I read recently that caught my eye was, it's all in the numbers. Looking for coaches. Looking for coaches is like digging for gold. You don't look for the gold. You just remove the dirt until you find the gold. Don't focus on trying to find the gold. Just keep shoveling. That means you're going through people. You're talking to people. You're adding coaches. Some of them work out. Some of them don't. Some of them disappoint you. Some of them become rock stars. You just don't know. But you have to keep going. Above all, you stay consistent with everything and just keep showing up. Keep running up that escalator until you get to the top. Chris Reed said something. What was that? Yeah, it was at the men's event. He compared Beachbody coaching to building a campfire with 2 sticks. You take 2 sticks out in the woods, it takes massive amount. I mean, rubbing 2 sticks together, it takes forever. But once you get a little flame and the fire starts, you just occasionally throw a log on it. It's a whole lot easier once that fire's burning. You just throw a log. You're good to go. That's all I got. That's it.
All right,
Oh, wait a minute. I do have something else. Challenge groups. Sorry. See, that's a good thing I wrote down some notes because I forget shit real easy. I sucked so bad at challenge groups. And I didn't know this, but a great majority of the top male coaches don't run challenge groups. I was like, what? For reals? I fucking hate them. I would rather lead with the business opportunity. I love talking to people about that. So I did. I tried that. I was like, screw challenge groups. I told my team, because all my team are women, except for I have 2 guys now. I had 1 at the time. I said, girls, you're going to run the challenge groups. Team-wide challenge group. Y'all going to run it. Me and my boy here, we're going to go out there. We're going to bring them in. We're going to get them in the groups, and y'all are going to train them. That's what we're going to do. That failed miserably. Did not work. Because if you don't love what you do, you're not going to do it. That's something else Gary Vaynerchuk taught me. You have to love the products. Just finding someone who wants the business, but they don't know anything about the products, it's not going to work. You got to love this stuff, man. You got to find it hard. You got to have passion for it. So I went back to the drawing board and started running challenge groups. I actually found a kick-ass success partner. I've gone through 4 of them in the last 4 years. I finally found one that stuck, and she's badass, and she taught me how to run a challenge group, and everything changed since then. Everything. I actually like it now. It's funny. Before I hated it to death. I despised it. Now I look forward to it. Another thing that we do as a team is opportunity calls. Every single week, without fail, rain or shine. We buy all week long. And every single week, we have one. If nobody shows up, we do it anyway. We just sharpen our tools and practice and practice and practice. And we've gotten really fucking good at it. We signed, I think, 5 or 6 coaches just in the last month. from having opportunity calls.
Do you do
And we just
this in a big form, or
do what?
you do it in a Zoom like this, or do you do
Yep.
yeah, you do it with everybody?
Yep. And we tell them, bring a drink, just kick back. I mean, it's laid back kind of thing. Kick your feet up, have a drink. There's no expectations. Just come, listen. We'll tell some stories. We have at least 2 coaches every week share their story, and then we go over, what we do and how we do it. But we don't take it too seriously. We just, hey, it's like a party. A lot of people don't understand what this is, so when you invite them, they're like, oh, what is this thing? The thing you're talking about. So we keep it light, hey, what's up? Sometimes, hell, we even go off topic and just start talking about whatever. But that keeps them coming back. I've had people show up for 2 or 3, the same people. Okay, that's all I got, Maureen. So y'all got any questions, shoot.
I am going to unmute everybody and okay. Do any of you have any questions?
I do.
Okay.
Charlie, you just mentioned that you hated running challenge groups until you learned how, or somebody showed you how.
Mm-hmm.
What could you give us a couple of tips that you learned that turned you around, that made you start loving
Yes.
groups?
The biggest part that I hated the most was being uncomfortable about inviting somebody. So what I start with are free groups, because it kind of, it takes the money out. What we do is Beachbody on Demand. That's what we start with, because it's free for 30 days. There's no pressure, because people are afraid ultimately of spending money and failing at something. So if they know they can try it for free, you have a lot better chance of getting them in. So we do that for 21 days, and then we run a regular challenge group. And 90% of the time, we roll those same people right into a challenge group, and they already know what to expect because they've been through it for 21 days. They already know who we are. They're used to us. They're comfortable. So that's one thing that makes it a lot easier. The other thing is, I didn't understand really how to do it. We have a check-in post every single morning. We'll post like 3 or 4 times. We close the wall off. No one can post in there. All they can do is comment. So we'll have a check-in post every morning, and we ask them, we have some kind of motivational thing, and then we ask them to post a picture of their workout and something healthy that they ate that day. That's every single day we do that. And then we change it up. We'll ask for different things. There's Flex Friday and Transformation Tuesday, post, all that kind of stuff. And we'll have like a bonus workout, bonus activity for the day. We try to make it fun, like doing push-ups on top of your car or whatever, We just try to keep it fun. And that changed it for me, because I was really bored with it. And basically, I didn't have enough people at one time, because if 1 or 2 quit, the rest of them are kind of bye-bye. So me and my success partner, actually her team and mine, have joined up. So there's more people. Everyone, she has like 7 or 8 coaches. I got like 10 or 12 coaches, and we're all inviting, and we're all adding them to the same group. That way there's more people. There's more, camaraderie, whatever you want to call it. It just makes it more fun. Everybody's more engaged. That's it.
Anybody else?
Next question.
Marianne, you have nothing to say? That's unusual.
What does that mean? No, when you approach people, as far as like cold inviting, how do you go?
How to say again? I couldn't hear you.
When you cold invite,
Mm-hmm.
you do cold invites.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go about it?
How do I do it?
Like,
I'm getting some feedback.
She's pretty much asking if when you invite someone, like a cold invite, how do you approach that person to do the cold invite? How do you, what do you say to them?
I tell them if they don't buy this challenge pack, I'm going to punch them in the face really hard. No.
that works.
I don't do a whole lot of cold invites
I'm gonna try.
unless it's like the last couple of days of the month and I'm desperate. I tend to try to get to know people first, and I add people every single day, to my friends from my friends list, and I just get to know them. I bullshit with them. I go to their page and leave comments and like their stuff. And once we strike up a conversation, I hardly ever mention Beachbody. By that time, they've already checked me out. They know what I'm about, and most of the time, they ask me. But on occasion, when the time calls for it, I do cold invites. And I think Morgan is the one that gave us. Are you the one that gave us the script, Morgan, after our call?
I gave you a script to use for like if you add a new person, and I gave you an example of like what I will say to somebody, like
Okay.
if it's invite.
That's right.
Which is
I've got a script from someone.
DN.
I did get a. Oh, maybe it was from Atlanta that I got it from. I have a script that I can share with you guys if you want to for cold invites. I haven't had a whole hell of a lot of luck with it. I can't say that. I did actually add a couple people to my on-demand challenge group from it. But I'm just not a big believer in it because it would never work for me. If I wasn't a coach and someone sent that to me, I wouldn't pay any attention to it. But I guess if you do it enough, you're going to get lucky. That's what I did. I sent out 20 invites like whatever it was before the end of the month. Not before. And I did get 2 people to join my on-demand group, but I didn't make success call. But I assume it's possible to do that. I'm just not a big fan of it.
Chris, do you have any questions? Anybody else? No?
Did I put your team to sleep? Was that boring?
No.
I can do some cartwheels or something.
I have a question. In the free group that you do, you said you do a 21-day free group usually and use the Beachbody on Demand. You just have them. How do you introduce them to that? Because I get a lot of people are like, even when it's free, they're like, no, and I'm like, it's free. Like I just.
Yeah, you do get a lot of people that say no or they're not interested. I just find, because I'm still inviting people every single day anyway. And when they ask me, well, what is it about? Or how much is it? And I say the word free, their ears kind of perk up a little bit. I don't know. And we also did a challenge called the Mileage Challenge before we started doing on demand. And it was just where you could run, walk, ride a bike, swim, whatever. And we had like 70 people in that thing. It was totally 100% free. And a lot of people from that group rolled into our on-demand groups and then rolled on to a real challenge group.
And I'm really big into doing like free challenges. I do a lot of like the 5-day clean eating challenges. And then usually I get repeat people, and eventually I've gotten some people to join. That's actually how Teresa was introduced to me. She was in one of my free clean eating challenge groups, and then she bought a program, and then she signed up as a coach. So I am a big advocate on the free challenges. I've just never done one more than like a week long. So maybe we can do that one as a team to get more people interested in using Beachbody On Demand. I love Beachbody On Demand. I've been like talking about it a lot, and some people have written me asking me about it because I've had a lot of people that have had buys like the DVDs and they get scratched and they skip things. I'm doing 22 hard corps on demand now. Like I was totally against on buying it because I hate cardio, and then I was like, I'm bored. Let's try something new, and I love it.
Yeah, I hate cardio too. I like doing combat. That's what I use for cardio, or I like to run. Oh, that's another thing I meant to mention in my story. I told you I had asthma as a kid and I couldn't run. Well, just last Easter, about a month before Easter, I had a friend ask me to do a color run. Okay, I was like, you don't understand. I don't run. I cannot run. Even though I haven't tried to run in for a year, forever, I was like, okay, I'll try. So for like a month, I trained. I started running half a mile, then a mile, then I got to 2 miles, then I got to 3 miles. I run 6 miles a week now. I'm 45 years old. I never could do that before. Even after I did P90X, I tried on the treadmill. I got a treadmill down here, and I could run on treadmill. I thought, you know what? I'm going to go out in the real world and do it. I couldn't do it. because I didn't train for it. I didn't try. I gave it one shot. But once you put your mind to something and you practice it and you train, you get better. Just like any other kind of workout.
All right. Yay. Any
I
problems?
actually have a question. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. So when you do the on-demand, when you do that challenge group, do you do it now using the app, or did you just keep it casual and on Facebook?
Just on Facebook. Yeah, I can't stand that app. I hate it.
Oh, I love the app.
I love the app too.
I tried it.
First time I used it, I hated it, but after I did the Ultimate Reset challenge with Rolly, the other Christina and Marianne, and a few other people, I love that app.
I'm sure that I'll end up having to give it another chance.
I'll give it another chance.
My coaches like it. I don't. I'm just that way. I'm stubborn about things. Takes a while to get through my head. Yeah, we always keep our challenge groups 21 days, and we tell them, and there's a reason that we don't do it for 30. On demand, you get it for free for 30 days, so we cut it short 21, so they have the option whether or not they want to cancel it or not. So far, I haven't had anyone cancel it. I had like 10 people last month sign up for it. I mean, not much of a commission, but hey, they're your customer.
Yeah. You never know. They might order Shakeology from you or something else. So
The one we're running now is a on-demand / real challenge group. So we have both. This is the first time we've done it. We're combining them together. So now we're actually talking about Shakeology. Before in the on-demand groups, we didn't. Now we are. So every week, someone is assigned to give their favorite Shakeology recipe and make a video. So hopefully that gets them thinking.
even in my 5-day clean eating challenges, I'll put like a little something about Shakeology just so it piques people's interests if they're not drinking it.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else? No?
Anybody else get their little golden scoop?
I did.
I got screwed out of mine last year. I've been drinking that stuff for over 4 years. I have not missed a single day. And I postponed it to get hammer and chisel because I already had an extra bag. And I didn't think about not having an auto ship. Matter of fact, I lost Success Club that month because of the same damn thing. Think about it. I had like 6 or 7 points. And I didn't get Success Club because I didn't have an auto shipment. But that's the only time I canceled it. And that's what the very next month they said, oh, we're giving you this golden scoop for, if you're on for a whole year. Son of a bitch. You're kidding me, man. So I haven't got it yet. Hopefully I get it, this year. So
I always tell like some of my coaches, like, don't cancel your auto shipment. If you have an extra bag that's unopened, sell that bitch on eBay
right.
for what you paid for it.
Lesson learned.
Because I've had to do that I like when I did I've done the Ultimate Reset a million times, and I always had the regular Shakeology, and you can't drink the regular Shakeology.
Right.
I'd always have a bag or two, and I was like, I'm just gonna sell that thing on eBay, get my money back.
I've done the reset once, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done.
I have done it 7 times.
You like torture, don't you?
You know what? It's not that bad when you actually like. If you're determined it's not that bad, I think the 4th time I did it was the only time I had the really bad experience. I was in the worst mood ever, and it took me a while to do it again. But I can do the 21-day reset, no problem. I cannot get through the 3-day refresh.
Why?
I'm trying to do the 3-day refresh 4 times, and every time I fail.
That's weird.
Because it's 900 calories a day. I can't function on that.
I see.
I work until like 3 in the morning. I can't function on 900 calories a day.
I just couldn't handle all the damn chopping and preparing and cooking.
I like to cook.
I do too. I love. If you follow me at all, you'll see every single Sunday. It's Chumpster's meal prep. I'm holding a big knife in my hand. I love to, but every single day. I can't do it every single day.
Yeah. I know I'll end up doing it again next year.
If I could prepare all that food in one day, I would do it again, but I can't. Mm-hmm. Plus, it makes me emotional. I cry like a little girl. There's something about, I guess, pulling all the crap out of your detox, whatever. I don't know. But, when I did it, I was actually still working in the field and had a crew of 25 guys working up on a roof doing a shutdown. Middle of summer, it was 112 degrees outside. I'm on the roof crying like a little girl. Don't know why. My wife was actually on vacation. She went out of town with her sisters, so I had the kids by myself. I was driving an hour and a half to work. It was in Sherman, Texas, and I had to drive back. And I was behind the cooling tower. A Mexican guy named Roberto goes, "Carlitos, you okay? What's the matter? Nothing. Get back to work." So that's the last time I haven't done it again.
It does make you emotional. You should probably try it again. You might not have.
Maybe.
But it does make you emotional and irritable, and it is because everything's coming out.
The things we do to ourselves.
All right, I guess since nobody else has any other questions, I'd like to take a picture so everybody can hopefully smile. Let's see if I can get this. Great. Smile, everybody. Got it.
At least yours makes a little sound. Mine doesn't.
Thank you so much for being on the call.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Thank you.
You're great. And all right, guys, I will see you in our group. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.